This is QTV Nightly News. I am Umudu Gajaga and thank you for joining us. First, here are the main news headlines. As part of his nationwide road inspection, the Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure and officials from the National Roads Authority conducted a spate of extensive site visits to ongoing projects in the West Coast region. From the West Coast region, Transport Minister and Works and Infrastructure Minister Ibrahim Asila and his delegation toured the Kiang West Road project in the Lower River region. On Tuesday, the Q Group Foundation, in partnership with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education MOPSI, held its 2024-2025 Q Group Foundation MOPSI Scholarship Award ceremony for 20 students. The chairman and CEO of the Q Group Foundation, Mohamed Jah, reaffirmed the foundation's commitment to partnering with the Education Ministry to digitize the education sector and transform teaching and learning nationwide. In an effort to revive the fading tradition of storytelling, renowned and prolific Gambian writer Dr. Sidi Dramé launched his latest book on Sunday. Those were the news headlines, and now the news in detail. Welcome and thank you for joining us. This is QTV News. The Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, alongside his staff and officials from the National Roads Authority, conducted a spate of extensive site visits to ongoing government road projects in the West Coast region to assess ongoing road infrastructure developments and ensuring timely project delivery. Osman Jatta accompanied the team and he prepared this report.
Road engineers in Lot 5 road projects in West Coast region are busy setting out and laying out the pavements to begin construction. Works Minister Ibrahim Asila and his delegation took the opportunity to engage with local contractors, engineers and workers involved in the project, expressing his support for their efforts in reinforcing the government's commitment to building durable and sustainable infrastructure for future generations. Residents are already feeling the impact of the developments as work progresses, Seikuba, like most residents of Kunkujang Ketea, who welcomed the development, expressed concerns about drainage on the road.
The issue is not about the road. We are very pleased with this road. We are very happy to see that we have a highway very close to us here, definitely. But one big constraint that we are facing is this passage of water during the rainy season. Almost all this area, the water passes through this place. And then we normally suffer so much. And if it is, built in such a way, definitely we fear that, our compounds may be flooded with water during the rainy season.
The minister's motorcade then proceeded to Bafaloto before crossing to Yuna to inspect the drainage structures of Lot 6 road projects. He later proceeded to Madiana village, a key transit community whose major problem has been the blockage of its main highway by a mini stream that made the village nearly inaccessible for vehicles and residents. In Sanyang, Kombo South, Minister Silla and his delegation were received in grand style before proceeding to Gunjur. Ibrahim Choi is a road consultant with the NRA and Usman Turak is a contractor working on the 2.5-kilometer Gunjur Fish Landing Highway.
Now we have done the subgrade was done and then the subbase also. Now we are on the base concrete. We are doing the carriageway.
I did very fine, but then along the line, which is normal, we had some little problem, but then we've worked out of that now. So we are progressing very fine now. Yeah, on this road, I can put my signature on it. You look at this road, you know it's good.
Minister Silla, the managing director of the NRA, Osman Sanyang, further elaborates on the progress they have observed.
We've seen some very good progress on some of the EPC roads, and we are hopeful that the trend will continue in the rural areas. This particular road is extremely very important because it's one of the critical roads that serve as a feeder for fishermen and those who depend on fishing from the coastal areas in Gunjur, going all the way to the Combos and other parts of the rural areas. So therefore, doing this road will definitely enhance economic activity in this area. We are hopeful that the contractor will speed up and catch up, the remaining time that is left so that the road can be inaugurated in April or May.
Section you've seen here, there will be a carriageway as well as a separate footway for pedestrians to walk. I think in between also we provide parking areas also where cars can park as well, because you can imagine there will be a lot of activity on this stretch of road when it's finished. There's already a lot of activity.
As the nationwide road inspection continues, the minister is expected to visit several other key projects across the country, gathering valuable insights to ensure that all roadworks are on track for completion unscheduled. Osman Jata, reporting for QTV News.
From the West Coast region, Transport and Works Minister Ibrahim Asila and his delegation toured the Kiang West Road project in the Lower River region as part of his nationwide road inspection to evaluate the progress of works. Osman Jata again.
Works Minister Ibrahim Asila began day 3 of his road inspection in Fonyi Dasilame Singajor, a vital road network linking Dasilame Singajor to the Trans-Gambia Highway. Honorable Silla had a brief engagement with the Sheriff family of Dasilame, who recognized and commended the government's infrastructure projects. Alcalo Buye Ture narrates that for many years his village was inaccessible by vehicles, describing the latest transformation as timely and crucial for socio-economic growth. From Dasilame, Minister Silla and his team toured the 10.7-kilometer Fonyi Bondali Kalaji Road stretch before crossing to Kiang. After several decades of struggles, residents of Kiang West are now enjoying and experiencing the benefits of high-quality road networks, connecting and reuniting communities. The 87-kilometer road network covers Sankande, Tankular to Kemoto. Ken Johnson, the resident consultant for Cityscape, and Abdu Jain, the project manager of the 87-kilometer road project, disclosed the progress of work covered.
The project, like you said, is a two-phase. The first section being from Sankandi to Karantapa, which is a 39-kilometer, comprising of an upgrade of the existing road as it was then. And then the phase 2 is a new construction of roads, branching off from the main phase 1 road, which was Sankandi to Karantaba. Now the phase 2 extends as far as Kemoto, that's the extreme end on the right, and then Misira Tenda on the left-hand side. And the total length of phase 2 is 48, and of those 48 kilometers to date, we have done earthworks on about 36 kilometers.
We want to complete this project by April. You know, that is, the intention now. Everybody wants to see this project completed. As at now, phase 1 is almost done, and we are working on phase 2.
NRA MD Osman Sanyang and Works Permanent Secretary Matar Sise elaborates on the quality of the roads.
Yeah, it's double surface dressing, which is a lower quality finish than the asphalt, but again, low quality in the sense that it depends on the amount of traffic expected. On a road like this, it is ideal to provide it because it's not a lot of traffic. The lifespan of this is dependent on the maintenance, and we expect that maintenance intervention to come in during the 15 years that he's talked about. And as far as we have those maintenance programs in place, then we can lengthen the lifespan of these roads.
I remember the condition of the road back then and how deplorable it was, and it was very challenging trying to actually navigate from the start to the finish. And coming back here, I have to say I'm very proud that we have a Gambian contractor who has been able to construct this quality of road.
As the Gambia anticipates celebrating its 60th independence anniversary, the new roads signify the government's unwavering commitment to ending the decades-long plight of its citizens. Transport, Works and Infrastructure Minister Ibrahim Asila further emphasized.
We have a large number of communities that have never seen any kind of services like this. And that is why the President is very focused on infrastructural developments, including roads, electricity, water, and also other infrastructural projects. This is what will bring about overall economic development of this country.
Phase 1 of the $1.2 billion Kiang West Road projects have already been exhausted, with contractors racing to complete Phase 2 by the first quarter of 2025. Once completed in April, the roads will create more connectivity and improve the social and economic lives of the people. Osman Chata reporting for QTV News from Kiang West in the Lower River region.
On Tuesday, the Q Group Foundation, in partnership with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, MOPSI, held its 2024-2025 Q Group Foundation MOPSI Scholarship Award ceremony. For the first time, the foundation doubled its scholarships, awarding 20 students instead of the usual 10. Julden Jai attended the event at the QCell Auditorium on Caraba Avenue, and she now reports.
This year's ceremony marked a historic milestone for the Q Group Foundation, underscoring its dedication to transforming education. In response to rising education costs and financial barriers, the foundation has doubled its scholarship recipients to 20, reaffirming its commitment to empowering young Gambians. The initiative aims to inspire students to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and related fields. As a technology-driven group, we have faced challenges in finding qualified Gambians in these areas, said Aissatou Jah, Executive Director of the Q Group Foundation. She explained that this realization motivated the partnership with MOPSI to encourage students from the basic cycle schools to explore these fields.
With these new 20 awardees, we will have a total of 50 students so far under this program alone within a period of 4 years. I just want to point out at this junction that we still have not stopped the other programs that we are doing to support other students in other disciplines. This is a special program between Q Group Foundation and MOPSI. And under this program, we have 50 students and we have 10 small other students. I think we have a total of 80 students right now studying at UTG, sponsored by the Q Group. The package we offer is very attractive. We offer full tuition coverage for the 4 years. And we also provide them with a brand new laptop and a MiFi device equipped with free internet access for the duration of their studies.
Louis Moses Mendy, Permanent Secretary, and Dr. Abibatu Drame, Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, praised Q Group's Foundation's generosity and dedication to empowering young people.
We are often very sad when we see some of the jobs not being done by Gambians simply because we do not have the skill sets that are required for those jobs to be done. Now, this is what Q Group has come to do.
I therefore encourage you, the students, to make the most of this rare opportunity. I didn't have this opportunity. I'm sure a lot of colleagues here didn't have this opportunity. And I want to tell you that you were not better than us. We, in those days, were very good students with limited support, but you now have everything at your fingertips.
Since its inception, the Q Group Foundation has provided scholarships, mentorship, and financial aid to ensure quality education is accessible to all. This year's recipients, selected for their excellence in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM, reflect the Foundation's focus on nurturing leaders and innovators. Mohamed Jah, chairman of the Q Group Foundation, urged other companies to support education, highlighting the importance of collective efforts in nation building.
We thank the ministry through the Honorable Minister for giving us this opportunity to be able to share some of the profits or revenues we are making to help in educating our youths. We moved from 10 scholarships to 20, not because our revenues have doubled. No. In fact, if anything, because of competition, our revenues have shrinked, but we think we should give more.
The 2024-2025 scholarship recipients come from diverse backgrounds across the Gambia. By easing their financial burdens, the initiative allows them to focus on academic success while symbolizing Q Group's belief in youth as the architects of the future. Amadou Tijanba delivered a vote of thanks on behalf of the recipients, expressing gratitude for the life-changing opportunity. For QTV News, I am Julden Jai.
From that report by Julden Jai, now to a commercial break. And when we return, we'll still have some more local news stories. Do stay tuned.
5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back and thank you for joining us. This is QTV News. Chairman and CEO of the Q Group Foundation, Mohamed Jah, reaffirmed the foundation's commitment to partnering with the Education Ministry to digitize the education sector and transform teaching and learning nationwide. He made this statement during a scholarship award ceremony for 20 university students on Tuesday. More in this excerpt.
We would like to collaborate with the ministry in transforming education and teaching in this country. We know that digital education is the way to go. One maths teacher can lecture a whole, a whole classroom of different schools at the same time. This is the way to go. We travel all over the world, we see that digital education is the way. But for us to be able to achieve these goals, we must have public-private partnership. The government cannot just do it alone. We should be able to have internet all over the country, connectivity. For you to be able to do digital education, you have to have connectivity. I can tell you that QCell is on that road. Today, I can safely say, with Pura's record, that QCell has the biggest coverage, both data and voice, in the whole country. We are doing our assessment and our upgrades, and we will come to the ministry when our upgrades are ready to achieve the digital transformation, because we want every school to be connected. Every school. In fact, we were the first provider when we were just an ISP to provide, to say that if a school has a computer lab or one computer will provide you internet free of charge. We were the first provider to do that. And we want to now look at how to give broadband, fiber connectivity to the schools. Without going digital, Honorable Permanent Secretary, we will not make a lot of headway. Digitization of our education system is a priority now. And I want to assure the Honorable Minister, my sister, that we will accompany you in that journey.
Now, in an effort to revive the fading tradition of storytelling, renowned and prolific Gambian writer Dr. Sidi Dramé launched his latest book on Sunday, titled Traditional Storytelling as a Method of Teaching Moral Values. Demba Waiba has the rest of the story.
The launch of this book by Dr. Dramé represents a moment in his continued dedication of preserving the art of storytelling, which has been slowly fading due to factors such as modernization and shifting cultural dynamics. The launch also aims to highlight the importance of traditional storytelling as both a form of entertainment and a powerful educational tool for instilling moral values. In many cultures, including that of the Gambia, storytelling has been used to pass down wisdom, life lessons, and cultural heritage from one generation to the next. Amir Yaya Silla, the leader of Al Karama Society and himself an accomplished author, highlighted the significance of such initiatives.
He was able to write a book that contains more than 30 proverbs aimed at promoting self-awareness.
Amir Silla praised the book for the important role it will play in society, noting its potential to inspire a renewed appreciation for traditional storytelling.
The themes created by the West come from books, but our artists rarely use Gambian books written by scholars for production. I would like that by next year we engage comedians like Kitabu Fati to use one of Doctor's books to produce a film for the whole Gambia to see.
The book showcases the rich Gambian culture, filled with beautiful stories and tales passed down by our ancestors, serving as a vessel for transmitting cultural education and moral values. In light of the unfortunate decline in traditional storytelling methods, the book seeks to bridge the gap between blending oral traditions with themes of self-awareness, confidence, integrity, and trust, ultimately helping to instill positive attitudes in the younger generations. Mr. John Paul is the book's reviewer.
I don't know how many schools that we go and bring grandchildren and sit them down in front of children and say, grandchildren, relay your story, relay some stories today. It's normally not done in schools. They will tell you, well, we don't have that space. And how are these moral lessons be transmitted to grandchildren? It's impossible. And that is why we see this increasing moral decadence in our society today.
Learning storytelling passed down through generations is crucial for African children for several reasons, including preserving culture, teaching moral and ethical lessons, building language and communication skills, strengthening family bonds, instilling a sense of belonging, fostering emotional intelligence, and promoting imagination and critical thinking. Dr. Drame's latest book is titled Traditional Storytelling as a Method of Teaching Moral Values.
The foundation is from the homes. That is where we are taught about the morals, the values, and the standards, through which we are able to live in a shared environment peacefully. We cannot do away with storytelling. This is culture. Culture defines who we are.
This latest book by Dr. Sidi Drame is one of many books he has authored that are currently used as supplementary materials in schools. This invaluable resource will undoubtedly serve as a tool for preserving the stories that uphold cultural norms and values, ensuring their continuity for future generations. Demba Waiba, QTV News.
Now, before we end this news bulletin, here is a recap of our main news headlines. As part of his nationwide road inspection, the Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure and officials from the National Roads Authority conducted a spate of extensive site visits to ongoing projects in the West Coast region. From the West Coast region, Transport and Works Minister Ibrahim Asila and his delegation toured the Kiang West Road project in the Lower River region. On Tuesday, the Q Group Foundation, in partnership with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, held its 2024-2025 Q Group Foundation MOPSI Scholarship Award ceremony for 20 students. The chairman and CEO of Q Group Foundation, Mohamed Jah, reaffirmed the foundation's commitment to partnering with the Education Ministry to digitize the education sector and transform teaching and learning nationwide. In an effort to revive the fading tradition of storytelling, renowned and prolific Gambian writer Dr. Sidi Drame launched his latest book on Sunday. That's all we have time for in this news bulletin. Thank you very much for watching. Join us again at 10 for another news bulletin.